Hello, all you coin aficionados out there, and welcome to the DC Coin World International Coin Channel. Today we have a set of the Barber coins from the early 1900s. We have the Barber Dime, the Barber Quarter Dollar, and the Barber Half Dollar. And as many of you know, they are called the Barber coins because the engraver on these particular coins was Charles Edward Barber. So if we look at the dime, we can see it's pretty representative. They're all pretty much the same. It has Liberty facing to the right and Liberty head here. Sometimes they call Liberty head dimes or Liberty head coins. It kind of the laurels in the hair, the ribbon coming out the back, and she's facing to the right. It says United States of America here, and then the date underneath, and this one is a 1913. For the dime, and if we tip it up, we see it has a reeded edge. On the back, we see it says 1 dime, and it's just has the wreath going around the outside of the 1 dime. For the dime, this particular one, the mint mark would be right here if there was a mint mark, and there's not one on this coin. And this dime was made from 1892 to 1916. So in 1913, they only had two mints that made this dime, and that is the Philadelphia Mint and the San Francisco Mint. You won't find a 1913D. This coin, just in silver value alone, right now is probably worth about $1.10 US or $1.20. So it's just a small coin, but it's worth over $1, this particular coin. Next up, we have the quarter dollar, and the quarter dollar has essentially the same exact design. It's Charles Edward Barber. It says, "In God We Trust" at the top, 1900 here, but you see that instead of saying United States of America around the top, it has the stars, and we can count them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, oddly enough, the same number of the original colonies of the United States when the United States was formed. Down here it says 1900. Tip it up, we have another reeded edge, and then on the back we have the eagle. So instead of it being like a kind of a just a value on the back, we see that it says United States of America. We have the eagle with the shield. It's holding a banner which says E Pluribus Unum across it. The olive branch on this side, the arrows on this side, and the war eagle there. And it says quarter dollar or 25 cents US. Now the quarter dollar, this particular quarter dollar, if we take a look at it, from 1900, it was again in the middle of the run, and this coin was made from 1892 to 1916, and in 1900 at the Philadelphia Mint, and we know it was Philadelphia because it doesn't have a mint mark right down here underneath the tail. In 1900 they made 10 million of these at the Philadelphia Mint, 3.4 million at the New Orleans Mint. And so the New Orleans Mint will have a little O here, and that's a very collectible one. If you can find one of these Barber coins, quarters, dimes, or half dollars that has the O on it, it's going to be much more collectible. We just have never since used the New Orleans Mint, and finding that O there is very special. This coin, they also made it at San Francisco in 1900, but they did not make it at Denver in 1900. So neither of these first two coins, the dime from 1913 or the quarter from 1900, were made or produced at the Denver Mint. And this quarter dollar is silver. It's 90% silver. They both are. And the quarter dollar is worth almost $3 just in silver bullion alone. And finally, we have the half dollar, and you can see that it's quite a bit larger than the other coins. It says, "In God We Trust" at the top, 1906, or the date at the bottom, And then here around the outside we have the stars. 6 on this side, 7 on this side. Bust of Liberty facing to the right. And again we see that it has the reeded edge. And on the back again we see that it has the war eagle. And oh, I should say this is on the quarter and the half. If we look right above the eagle's head, we have 13 stars there too. So we see 3, 6, 7, 9, 11, 13. And now you can very clearly see the pluribus unum in the banner that the war eagle's holding in his beak. You can also see the shield much better, the olive branch, and the arrows here. And again, we see we don't have a mint mark here. So if we look at this one, we see that it's from 1906, and we look up 1906, we see that that was again in the middle of the run of these coins. They made them from 1892 to 1915. So in 1915 they stopped making the half. In 1916 they stopped making the dime in quarter dollar. So when we look at 1906, we see that they minted these at the San Francisco Mint, at the Philadelphia Mint, at the Denver Mint, and at the New Orleans Mint. And again, Denver will have a D here, New Orleans will have an O here, San Francisco will have an S here, and Philadelphia, which this is, will have nothing here. Now this coin, because it's so much bigger and heavier, is also obviously worth a lot more bullion value. It's worth about $6 just in bullion alone. All right, so that's all we have today from the DC Coin World International Coin Channel. If you want to know the value of these for sale, the best thing to do really is to look on eBay or one of the coin selling websites, because then you can get an up-to-date price and see what they're selling for. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense for us to put the valuation of these in the videos other than the bullion value, because it keeps changing depending on what the market is. And you should get the most information yourself and update yourself on eBay or one of the other sale channels, because there's no sense in us giving you a guess. All right, so have a great day from the DC Coin World International Coin Channel. We'd love to have you subscribe to our channel and leave any comments you might have in the comments section.